This is Iorì Wase Profiles. I'm your host, Abigail Jacobs, joined on this episode by local entrepreneur Austin Lazare, owner of Rowy's Preservation Nation. We talk about the inception of the pickle production, how he'll be streamlining the product line, and the launch of his new family storefront.
Eagle's Nest Convenience and Lazare Restaurant, located on Route 207. Eagle's Nest, open daily from 8 to 11. Pick up something fresh from their deli counter. Open 8 to 6 on weekdays and 10 to 5 on Saturdays. And while you're out, grab some takeout or call in for delivery at Lazare Restaurant, open 11 to 7 from Sunday to Wednesday and 11 to 8 from Thursday to Saturday. All your needs in one convenient location.
So firstly, if you could tell us a bit about yourself, like your background and your family here in Kahnawake.
Okay, so my name's Austin Lazare. I own Rowy's Preservation Nation. I have 4 kids, 2 stepkids. I don't really like using that word though, stepkids. I'm just not consider them my kids. Beautiful daughter, Madison. An awesome son named Madden. My son Rowy, obviously Rowy Preservation Nation. And a baby on the way. So 4 kids.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what is, now Rowy's Preservation Nation is for canned goods and all kinds of things, but what is your background? Like, you're a young guy.
Yeah.
You're a young guy. And did you think you would always go into
Honestly,
this?
I never could have predicted that I would open up a pickle company. I went to school for film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went to Vancouver Film School.
Nice.
I did a film production over there, and I was actually planned to stay over there and work in the film industry. Ended up moving back here, and I had my son Rowy pretty fast. And after that, I actually worked here at Iorì Wase for a while, doing video work, and I wanted to change paths.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always wanted to try making pickles.
Yeah.
But I never did it with anybody,
Really?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I taught myself how to do it.
No.
My cousin Bunny, he used to make these pickled tomatoes. I thought they were amazing. I just remember that from when I was a kid. We always had a stack of them in our cupboard, and I thought they were just super delicious. So I always wanted to try making my own, but I never had anybody teach me. That was when I was a kid, and then one day I found a book on it. I read it and decided to try it. I made spicy pickled beans.
Cool.
And they're actually so good. It's a recipe I use to this day. The first jar, I opened it up, I tried it, I loved it. And my son, Rowy, he was only 1.5 years old at the time. He ended up killing the entire jar of spicy beans. Yeah.
A 1-year-old who's spicy beans. And I mean, I can attest to it's completely difficult to get them to eat vegetables and
anything,
beans.
Yeah, and he said, a little old man. He just ate the entire jar. I took a picture of him, and he was my first logo. I made him into a
the
cartoon.
Gerber baby.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. So see, and that's the thing. Like I said, you're a young guy, and canning is always something that makes me think of dudas. We need to preserve our goods, but you're part of this wave of locals who are getting back into the skill.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's a ton who, we're doing our gardens, and people are getting back into canning and that. It's not something that you learned as a skill from somebody else. You just kind of took it upon yourself. You were interested in it.
Yeah, it's just, I really enjoy doing it. It's fun. And I don't know, when you're done, you have delicious jar of pickles to eat.
There is reward, instant reward. Definitely. So how long have you been doing Rowy's for now? How many years have you guys been?
I think it was 2018. That sounds about right. The first time I actually made the beans, and then I started doing it every, second weekend or whatever, when I had time. It takes a long time. I was really bad at it at first. I was doing it properly. I was doing it properly, but not in a good order, for production wise. I was doing dumb tasks and making it take 10 times longer. And then I finally got the hang of it. I went to see Margaret at Traditions. Mm-hmm. And I just asked, would you be interested in selling these out of here? She's like, yeah, of course, bring them by, whatever. And it was around Christmas. I brought the first case there, 12 jars, and they sold out in 30 minutes.
Nice.
She put it on Facebook. They sold out, and I was like, okay, I think I'm definitely onto something here then. And yeah, I kind of just started working on it slowly, and one day I just decided to go all out.
And 2018 to have started, that's not that long ago.
No, definitely.
And now you have distribution in about a dozen local stores.
Yeah, I think like I'm in like 20,
Whoa!
20, something like that.
Holy cow. See
Yeah.
that just from like when I'm like researching you and then to now, boom, like everybody wants your Rowy's product. So are you outside of Ganawage? Are you
I'm
looking?
actually I'm in one store outside right now. It's
Cool.
called Boku and Ku. It's a kind of like bulk barn, except like high end bulk barn.
Wow.
Yeah. It's near Saint Eustache.
Wow.
Yeah, super beautiful store, and I'm like so happy to be in there.
Cool. And how did that come about?
The lady actually found me. She was opening the store. She found us through Gayantugwa on the 207.
Yes.
She seen the opening of their store on Facebook, and the lady is she's like a food lady, you know.
Yeah. She's a foodie.
Yeah, foodie, very into like handmade food, all that
Cool.
kind of stuff. So she went there and she seen our product. They had a ton of our stuff over there. And she ended up buying extra spicy beans and salsas and basically everything we had. She bought like she told me she bought a lot of it and she gave it out to her friends and her neighbors and whatever. She loved it, and she said the next morning her neighbor came knocking at her door. It was like 9 a.m. or something. And he was like, you have to sell this at your store when you open it. So she messaged me that day, and yeah, we got in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like your product just speaks for itself.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah. And I mean, the spicy beans are still going strong. You have like the lineup of the things that you come out with too. Like, I mean, all the salsas and everything.
Yeah.
How do you even keep track and come up with all the things?
It's honestly super difficult, and I'm trying to scale down now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm doing way too many products. So with the opening of my own store and shop now, like I'm not cutting those things out completely, but I think I'm going to try to stick to selling those things solely out of my store and scale down on our more popular products like pickles and beans, and put a lot more work into those, better labels, with ingredients listed, barcodes,
Okay.
easier for the stores, because I really want to scale down on those so I can expand on the business and focus on those products and get them out to different bigger stores.
Yeah, you're going to work on more of the quality
Exactly.
that's going out of your product as opposed to the quantity.
Exactly.
Nice. So now when you mention scaling down products, that could be kind of scary for people who have favorites and are used to seeing the new things that are in the store. What kind of products, what kind of pickles and different things can they still expect to get?
Okay, so when I say scaling down, like I'm not entirely cutting everything out. You're still going to be able to find our pineapple lime salsa, in store.
Okay.
Other stores, they do have the option of ordering,
Specialty.
Exactly.
These are now going to be specialty jars.
Yeah, exactly. To the stores and things like that. For the most part, like it'll just be open to our main products. But say the market or Crazy Horse something wants to carry our salsas,
Yeah.
we'll definitely make it happen for them.
So it's not going to be like Ben and Jerry's, they retire an ice cream and it goes to the graveyard. Like it's not that we're never going to see these things.
For sure. It's just going to be maybe a lot harder to get. So limited batches, make it more exclusive, and kind of, if you want it, you have to kind of rush to our store to get it because they go quick.
Oh, yeah. So now, do you have the final list of what you will be keeping for everywhere?
Not exactly the final list, but a pretty good idea. So we're going to be focusing a lot on our dill pickles or spicy pickles. I'm working on a new recipe for that. Kind of making them a bit spicier, but not too spicy.
Did my face just drop? Like
It did. It totally did.
Oh, great. More spice.
A lot of people say that the spicy ones aren't spicy enough. They're just kind of like a medium or a mild, So I want it, like, if it says spicy, I want it to have like a nice kick.
Bring on the heat.
Exactly. So working with 2 different peppers for that. And another, like, a big hit right now is our new salty sour pickles.
Okay.
They're honestly my favorite, and I made my sour recipe, and one day I was pickling with my daughter. She wanted to try it, so I we had a bunch of cucumbers. Okay, I gave her the recipe, and I said, just do your own thing. She ended up coming with the best recipe ever. It was my favorite.
That's amazing.
I loved it so much, and I was like, this is like, we're changing it now to this. Like, this is what we're gonna sell.
Yeah.
So we're actually gonna call them Madison Salty Sours.
Of course. Okay, I was about to be like really upset if you didn't put her name on it.
No, it's hers. Like, I want her to have that, and yeah, on the labels, it's gonna Madison Salty Sours, and that I really want to focus on those.
You're getting good response.
Super good response. People love them, and they're my favorite pickle. Like, yeah, definitely.
So now, and as you're testing for like making your spicy pickles spicier, how does that process go?
Working with just find the right peppers. Like I do have the recipe now.
Yeah.
I actually brought it to somebody I work with in this industry. I brought him a jar of our salty sours and a jar of our new spicy ones. And the guy, he opened them immediately as I gave them to him, and he just started eating them. And he's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "These are delicious. These are." And then he opened the spicy. I'm like, "Yeah, this is the new recipe." I'm like, "Oh, what do you think?" And he took a bite. He's like, "Don't change anything." He's like, "This is perfect. Don't change anything." Yeah. And the guy loves his spicy things. So that right there said, like, I think this is what we're gonna stick with.
Cool.
Yeah. Other than that, we're gonna be, we're still gonna continue with our beans and our spicy beans and probably salsa.
Nice.
I'm just trying to find which exact flavor we're gonna be pushing to the stores, I guess. But.
Yeah. So now I know when I was like following your Facebook page and things, you were asking for customer feedback on what. So are you still like, bring that in? Tell us which salsa, like this is what we're down to the wire with. We got to find out which salsa.
I really like it's hard because like some people love the pineapple lime, some people love the chipotle orange, some people just love the classic mild, and some people like they'll eat nothing but the fire salsa. So
that one's me. I love the fire salsa.
That's my favorite too.
Because it's like sweet. It's got like a sweet heat to it. It's great, so
right?
Nice.
Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite.
So yeah, if people want to help you decide on which salsa, they can still like go to your Facebook page.
Yeah, just give us a message on Facebook or Instagram, or if you see me in person, don't be afraid to come up to me and just say, like, hey, make this one,
Awesome. And to supply such a high demand, and you're still in the infancy of your business. That's a lot of slicing and dicing and twisting caps and sticking labels. Like, is that something that you're still doing yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I do everything, like every part of the business. I do it myself, from invoicing to actually putting the labels on. I have help with, writing the products and stuff like that, spicy beans. My daughter helps me out with that a lot. My girlfriend helps me out with that a lot. My son, he loves helping me pack the cases.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, but I definitely do absolutely everything for the business myself.
Wow, that's really impressive. That's crazy. And as far as, so now, your produce, and I don't know if this is maybe like a trade secret. I don't know if you can actually talk about this, but like, how do you, if you're busting out all these pickles and all these beans and stuff, how do you even get your hands on enough veggies and things to fill the cans?
Well, I did a lot of research and found places that specialize in that.
Cool.
I'm not going to give out any names, obviously.
You have your secret garden.
I have my secrets. But I can say that the price of cucumbers in the winter is insane. To get good quality ones over here, it's crazy. It feels like I'm doing something illegal, but a truck comes in with cucumbers and
you're like the town dealer for cucumbers and pickles and things. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah. So seasonality definitely affects your product.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So now do you have to start making your price changes and things with that?
Honestly, I'm trying to work my price down. With the opening of my shop, I think I will be able to have a decrease in my price. It's still a gourmet product, and it's going to be expensive no matter what. But the people who are buying it know what they're buying. They're coming to Rowy's for quality. Not just mass-produced product, But I found a good price for my product, and I'm comfortable with it. And some people might have their complaints that it's too much or whatever, but I'm not going to let that affect me.
Yeah, you're not a jar of old El Paso.
Exactly. That's not us.
No.
We strive to be put the best into those jars.
Yep. So now you mentioned you're going into your new shop.
Yeah.
Tell me how it's going. What's going on with the new shop?
It's really exciting. It's taken so much longer than I wanted it to, but everybody keeps telling me, well, if it's not hard right now, then it's not going to be worth it, right? Like, if it was easy, then
Plus, construction is what construction.
Oh my god, it was crazy. The price of a little tiny building, but it's at the end of the day, it's going to be ours, and it's going to be a family business, So my kids will have this to look forward to if they so choose that. I'm not going to force them into that, but like they always have that to fall back on anything.
The Rowy's was raised on beans, like literally the kids. So I mean, it's always going to have the beans in his life. Cool. And so what's going into the new building? What can we expect from the Rowy's Picklery?
So a lot of cool things are going to be in the building. Where we have a very tiny, air quote here, storefront.
Okay.
Mostly a pickup point, like you can come in, you could buy anything that we make there. I'm not trying to go into competition with any convenience stores, the convenience stores in town and the stores, the grocery store, they are all what got us to this point. So I definitely don't ever want to take away from them. I still want to sell to them, and I want people to have the convenience of going to, just your corner store to get, a jar of pickles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm never going to try to start selling bubble gum and things like that out of our store, So yeah, small storefront, and it's kind of like, it's not really an open layout, but if you go in, you're definitely going to be able to see what's going on in the back. You can see us making the pickles.
Cool.
Another big thing is it's also going to be home of the butter and cakery.
Nice.
Yeah, we're kind of joining our businesses, so people can actually go there to pick up their cakes and their cupcakes, whatever. It's yeah, really excited about that.
You've really thrived doing well with partnerships. Like you said, you partner with a lot of the convenience stores, and like you got your first sale through Traditions.
Exactly.
Before you were sharing space with Thrifting the Night Away.
Yeah.
And now you have this new partnership with the Butter and Cakery.
Yeah.
And I seen you guys do pop-ups and things like that. And now you're getting things like candied pickles, which I was like, what?
That was all her idea, honestly. Like, we want to create something together, but we're like, well, we'll go, you know what I mean? Like pickles and cake. We have a few things in the books, but yeah, candied pickles was the first one. Honestly, I love them. Like, it was super weird, very bizarre taste, but I loved it. And a lot of people did like it too.
Cool.
We're still working on that. We're gonna make it a thing.
But this is so now you're getting that marriage of the flavors, and you're gonna get these weird Frankenstein products that might come out.
Like when fried pickles first started coming out, like I remember when it came out and like I heard about them, like fried pickle, I'm like, it's so weird, like, and it was actually me and my Uncle Greg, we went to a restaurant, we tried them.
Yeah.
And we were both like, oh, I don't know if I'd get that again. It was kind of weird. And then the next time we went to that restaurant, we got them, and then we get them all the time now, and it's such a big thing. Like, you go anywhere and there's always fried pickles.
Oh yeah.
So that started off as a really weird small thing, and now it's like kind of common.
Yeah.
So I can see the same happening with
candy pickles.
Yeah, I know it's a big thing on TikTok right now.
Cool.
So like, if it's starting there, chances are it's gonna blow up.
Now, I've tried by accident, because I'm like a big baby when it comes to spicy things. So by accident, I tried like the spicy pickles, the jalapeno spicy pickles, and I almost died. But you've got a lot of these like that, specialty products like candied pickles and things.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever like submit them? Do you ever go to these, like, they have like pepper festivals, and do they have any kinds of stuff
Honestly,
like that?
I would love to do that. I haven't really put too much thought into that, but I mean, definitely open to it. Have
you ever gotten to go to one? Or now, I mean, like, with obviously just going through COVID and coming back into the world, like to look into like a hot pepper festival.
I honestly, I've never been to one. I would love to go. I love this kind of food, but definitely that's giving me an idea now. I'm definitely going to look into that and try to get our stuff into something like that. Awesome.
I'm excited for that. That was something that I was like, let's do this with Rowy's. Let's get you some like blue ribbon carnival fair.
Oh my God, I would love that to be like, award-winning pickle or something like that.
I see it happening. Like you said that we would be able to see the kitchen when we go into your shop. So are you nerding out over any kind of cool equipment? What's going into your dream kitchen?
You stumped me there. Not much. I mean, there's not much to it. You need to boil water. You need to boil vinegar. You can see the vegetables being washed and things like that. So it's actually totally, even though you're on like a production and whatever, you're still totally simple. You can keep it low key. Yeah, definitely. Everything's still going to be done by hand. We're just going to be able to do a lot more of it. Yeah. More space, better kind of kitchen flow. Things are washed, brought here, put in jars, blah, blah, blah. It's just a lot easier, and we're definitely hiring people in the future, near future. Okay, so now with the expansion, of your business, you can now expand your team. Exactly. So you're looking through the hiring process now? Yeah, we're starting to look into it, what exactly we need, what the job would entail, or jobs would entail. Yeah. Because it's it's kind of 2-in-1, right? Like we're doing some baking things and we're doing some pickling things. Whoever's going to be working there has to be able to put up with the smell of vinegar and cupcakes.
I don't know if if there's any pregnant ladies who are in the industry, maybe you wouldn't want to apply for this one.
It's actually funny because my girlfriend's pregnant and she has to put it all the time.
Maybe it's one of those weird craving things.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
just like vinegar and cupcakes.
Yeah.
And so now, you'll be able to hire on more help. And I mean, like you said, that it's staying simple in your kitchen. And I mean, I'm somebody who I really admire the whole canning process, seeing all the cool products that you guys are coming out with. And do you have any advice for people who are starting canning?
Try different things. Don't copy anybody. Just do your own thing. Make sure you're working in a clean kitchen,
Are there any like standby tools? Like I have been trying to start my can. Like I had a garden for 2 seasons now in my backyard. And I have like my little tomatoes and I like to make my little pico de gallo, little salsa garden. And I'm like, dang, like I should try. I have so many tomatoes, I should try canning. And I just haven't gotten the balls to do it.
Canning tomatoes is actually pretty easy. It's it's a little scary, I guess, because you have to use a pressure canner.
Yes.
The old ones, they used to blow up and like take your cupboards out and go through your ceiling and stuff like that. But they're pretty safe from my understanding now.
Okay. You're not really helping me here. But yeah, so like for me, if I'm going to go into my kitchen and like, do you remember that first time that you canned? Were you like terrified or were you just like, all right, like let's experiment?
I just want to have fun with it. I like to read a lot before I do anything. So I read, the entire book. I read a lot of different tips and things like that from other people who do that kind of stuff. So I knew what I was doing. I just did it very slow and it was worth it.
Have you ever had a terrible pickle?
Or
like, have you ever made like a jar of something? Like, okay, I'm going to try out like these different spices. And it was just like, oh my God, I'm never eating. Don't open this jar.
The first time I made pickled green tomatoes, I made like, 20 jars or something like that. They were disgusting. The proportions were way off. We tried them and I don't know about these. We're definitely not going to sell these,
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know what we ended up doing. Probably gave a few to family just if they wanted any, Just be honest, tell us, like, is it horrible? I never
want this cousin to visit again. Never. Give them the green tomatoes.
But yeah, it was like, ask for feedback, like, can you just be on it? Like, is it just me or like, are these horrible? And like, they would try them, like, yeah, these are pretty bad. I would put these out. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it,
That's good. And I love that you have all the family input and the little family hands that are helping with your business.
Honestly, like my family is great, but they always say, like, oh, it's perfect, it's perfect. There's just like, it's hard to get like really good advice from people. A lot of my friends are super good at, giving me pointers or whatever. Like, it was good, but this was like a little soft in the jar or whatever, so I tweak it.
Nice.
So I do appreciate feedback like that.
Cool.
I do try to, make it the best that it could possibly be.
Nice. So for everybody who's out there shopping, picking up some Rowy's products, don't be shy to give the feedback. And we're looking forward to the opening of your store.
For sure.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. I'm Abigail Jacobs with Iorì Wase Profiles. Stay up to date with all Iorì Wase podcasts, including The Lead, Front Page, The Cycle, and Profiles, by following the Iorì Wase podcast channel on Apple, Spotify, and Google. This project has been made possible by the Community Media Strategic Support Fund, offered jointly by Official Language Minority Community Media Consortium and the Government of Canada.
The views and opinions of the guests expressed in this podcast do not reflect those of Iorì Wase and its employees.